And good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to West Orange High School's Danon Field in West Orange, New Jersey. Today we have a contest in the Liberty Division of the Super Essex Conference between the West Orange Mountaineers and the Millburn Millers. Next on the D1 Media Pro page on the NFHS Network.
He's going to take it himself for a championship! A double play, Winston the Frazier! Turn it to the end zone, what a catch! McIntyre, touchdown!
Into the layup, goes at the buzzer.
Wins it! The championship!
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to West Orange High School's Danon Field on the campus of West Orange High School in West Orange, Essex County, New Jersey. My name is Ryan Lowry. Today I'll be joined with Jalen Kelly on camera and Nick Baum making his D1 Media Pro debut on the mic today from MKA TV. Nick, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. And today we will have a Liberty Division contest between the Millers and the Mountaineers. And both these teams are getting into mid-season form, prepping for a county tournament, prepping for tough sections they will be entering this year. And Nick, today's starting pitchers, let's get a wrap on that.
So certainly an even keel matchup in the pitching department today for the Millburn Millers. Brooke Snyder, the junior pitcher, she has 43 strikeouts on the season. Meanwhile, her fellow similar classman on the other end for the Mountaineers, Olivia Mayer, the junior pitcher, she boasts 55 strikeouts on the season. So certainly an even matchup between the two pitchers, and really excited to see what that brings on the field.
We have a very exciting one coming up. Both teams are looking for those 6 to 12 spots in the upcoming county tournament bracket. As we're getting ready to get this one underway, these two teams are both trying to chase a potential promotion to the American division of softball, which is what both teams saw not so long ago, about 5-6 years ago. Both teams saw themselves there. We're getting ready for first pitch today. The Millers are the visitors. Catherine Saugon, the catcher, will dig in as the first hitter. Then we will see Maka, Angelson, Troll, Tavel, Frommer, Sorkin, Snyder, and then we have the flex of Blake right before Scott. As the first pitch is in there for a called strike to get us going here from West Orange. Once again, my name is Ryan Lowry. I'm joined today on the call with Nick Baum. So a strike to the first hitter for the Millers of Saugon, and the pitch grounded down the third base side, and it'll be a foul ball, and the count's 0-2. And, well, Nick, we're quite far from the prospective distance of home plate, so it's going to be quite difficult to hear what the umpires have to say. We have a two-umpire lineup today, one in the field and one behind the catchers, as this pitch is high for the first ball of the ball game, and the count is 1-2. And, well, Nick, the wind, a little breezy, but nothing to worry about. Some nice temperature for today's ball game. Remember, Marr is on the mound for West Orange, as this pitch is in the dirt for a ball, and the count is 2-2. Again, both teams getting ready for that Essex County Tournament, one of the toughest county tournaments for all sports in the state of New Jersey. The 2-2 pitch from the right-hander is swiveled foul down the third base line, and the count's 2-2.
Well, certainly out firing Saugon is to start off the batting order right here, but two hits, unfortunately, both heading down to the unfortunate side of the field. So as it stands, 2 strikes and 2 balls.
And the pitch called, strike 3, and the first out of the ball game will be a retired backwards K to Catherine Saugon. So that'll be a long first count of the ball game, and it results in the first out of the game. This will dig in the right-hander, Hannah Maka. And Marr will wind and deal quickly. Bunt shown, bunt foul right to the catcher. And the count is 0-1.
I knew he was here.
Again, these are two very evenly contested teams. Both teams last year hovering around the 500 marker. West Orange finished the year a 13-10 record. We're trying to close up on their final game of the season, a senior night victory versus Payne Tech. That got canceled as this one is hit foul down the first baseline, 0-2. They finished out the season last year 13-10. And an early departure from the state tournament. Same goes for West Orange, a first-round exit, and a 20-game 10-10 record to their name. Both teams call turf their home field, so that's quite even in that sense as well, as this pitch is low for a ball. Counts 1-2 with one away here in the top half of the first, Nick.
And very much so, just sort of easy way to start off the ball game here. No high-flying sparks to start off the first batting order of the matchup. But as it stands, so far, a good sort of performance from the pitcher on the mound, Olivia Mayer.
And the pitch grounded. This will be the first fair ball of the ball game. Marr will throw it at first. It is overthrown. Trying to advance is Maka on the E1. And now Millburn will see a runner on second base here in the top half of the first. And that's that error that could come to bite you in the end.
Simply an unfortunately overcooked pass to Nathan on the first base right there, and Millburn, good for them, able to easily exploit that. And now we have Maka here on the second base. So excellently done from the Millers to sort of exploit that mistake made between the pitcher and the first baseman.
The shortstop is Brielle Angelson. She will dig in. Marr now has a runner on second base to work with. There's no leading in softball, unlike the sport of baseball, as the pitch in the circle is in there for a called strike and the count's on 1. Again, we were supposed to have baseball on tap for you today as well here on D1 Media Pro. Unfortunately, canceled due to COVID-19, something you do not want to hear in 2022. And the count is 0-1. We remember it was just 2 years ago where softball and baseball and lacrosse weren't in existence, as the ground ball to second will be fielded for the second out of the ball game. Nice play there by Rothside to Nathan for the second out. It'll be scored as a 4-3. Now remember, a lot of players missed a year, unfortunately, of eligibility as the runner advanced to third base due to 2 years ago COVID-19 canceling the season, Nick.
Certainly, and always hate it as a player. Myself was looking to start off my high school tennis career. Unfortunately, went short-sighted on the onset of the pandemic.
And the first run of the ball game, Nick, will come on in off of a pass ball, as it will be 1-0 Millburn. Interesting way to start the ball game.
Very much so. 2 outs, but nonetheless, Millburn Miller is able to work off that bit of a mistake right there, a bit of a slow start from the West Orange defense, so able to slide home.
And that pitch is in there for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. Remember, these are two teams that are currently hovering around the average mark in the Liberty division. The dangerous Liberty teams this year probably has to go to Caldwell. Caldwell, a very dangerous softball program, trying to get themselves promoted back to the American division of softball, which sees top 20 teams each year regularly. And it has to be probably the toughest division in all of softball across the state of New Jersey.
I very much agree.
Yeah, the 4 team within Mount St. Dominic, the 5 team within Livingston, obviously Nutley and Cedar Grove. Very good futures ahead of them. Verona, as here's a pitch that's cut on and missed for a 2-2 count. Verona, a team that last year saw themselves as finalists of their group. However, this year they graduated a lot of talent, but they're always one of the stronger programs in the top division of softball. So the count is 2-2 with 2 away. West Orange trying to put their bats on the softball here in the bottom half, as this pitch is squibbed down the first baseline, and a nice field by Nathan, and it will give West Orange the chance to come to hit. So that will do the top half of the first, but not after an error. Will score around Hannah Maka, who errored her way to second base. So we're going to go to the bottom half of the first. I'm Ryan Lowy. He's Nick Baum. Stay tuned on the D1 Media page on the NFHS Network.
Do you want your school to be covered by the #1 live stream service in the state of New Jersey so the entire country can see moments like this?
We play once again. Free kick coming for the Mountaineers. Short shot on goal. On post. And West Orange gets the goal. And they win. They take down the #2 ranked Seton Hall Pirates. Bullock takes the snap. He's going to take it himself. Barreling towards the goal line, and he's in. Charles Bullock from 3 yards out. And the Marauders lead it 20-7.
Or be a witness to championships like these?
Montclair are state sectional champions. They defeat Livingston 4-1, and the Mounties sweep the boys and girls brackets in back-to-back wins over the Lancers. 3-2, there goes the runners. Swing on and miss, strike 3. That does it. The Cranford Cougars are the Last Dance World Series champions.
Or have exclusive interviews with players and coaches.
Bruin and Silver Star pitcher Teague Mulcahy. I'm here with Cranford star Ryan Jaros.
We're with the Bergen Crusaders star of the game, Luis De La Cruz.
Here with West Orange head coach Doug Nevins. And
Bottom half of the first here on the NFHS Network. West Orange come to hit. Nia Simpson will lead off, and the first pitch to her is in the dirt for a ball, and the count's 1-0, or the turf, I should say, as the count is 1-0. Nick, we were just talking about the county tournament coming up, and well, who do you have predicting to win that one, as this pitch is low for a ball and the count's 2-0?
Might go for a safe bet here. Defending champions Mount St. Dominic. Obviously, we have Keselowski with a career season, to say the least, and our new head coach, Rob Stern. I simply just don't see how it couldn't go to Mount St. Dominic this time around.
Well, yeah, I'm going to actually have to give it probably, well, a lot of you were saying, well, if it's not going to be Mount St. Dominic, it could be Livingston. I'm going to have to throw Cedar Grove out there. They're just so talented. They only lost by 1 run to Mount St. Dominic's in their regular season affair. So I really have a lot of perspective, I guess, thought into them possibly winning the tournament. They're just very talented. They're very young, too, mostly freshmen. good future they have. The 2-2 pitch. That's high to fill up the count, and the count is 3-2. Again, Millburn cracked the scoreboard off of errors and smart baseball. The count is full, and this pitch is fouled away. Smart softball, excuse me. Remains a 3-2 count. Again, the weather, you can't ask for much better, Nick.
Not really. Always a beautiful day for softball, but frankly, just that mild wind, that spotless sky, can't see a cloud anywhere.
Popped up in the infield, and are they going to say it was hanged on to at shortstop? Yes, they are. Nia Simpson will be retired on an F6. A catch there from Brielle Angelson. Looked like it almost got caught in the sun.
Almost a heart-stopping play for Angelson. Lucky for the junior, able to grab that one.
Well, we haven't seen a righty dig in yet today. Here's Olivia Mayer. A pitcher versus pitcher matchup. As we see an 0-2 count on the scoreboard, interestingly. And this pitch is in the dirt for a ball. 1-2 with one away. And the pitch. Hammered down the line and foul. Again, a very nice field here.
Oh, very much so, and always a fan of turf in any sport, and nonetheless, I'm sure the softball players would be in agreement with me that the turf adds to a desirable playing experience.
And the pitch. Breaking ball, and that just misses. Looks like it dropped a little too late. Again, this is a new field. First year it's put in for high school softball. Lincoln Field across the street was used, as well as the soccer field, also across the street, was used for softball. Fouled away, 2-2. Again, Millburn last year played to a 500 record. West Orange played to a 3 games over record of 13-10. Both teams not too dangerous of a county tournament nor state tournament appearance, but a good regular season nonetheless, as there is a walk to put the runner on first base.
Certainly both teams at least well on track to sort of repeat similar fortunes from last season, approaching that at least roughly around .500 record. The Millburn Millers 5-5 on the season, Mountaineers meanwhile 4-6. So on similar pace at least.
Yeah. So I believe we've settled that that was not a walk and that the count was misread. So the count is 3-2 with one away. Here in the bottom half of the first, and the pitch. Grounded and handled at the pitcher's mound, and the throw to first is low, but in time to retire Nadine Baldo. Score in the books as a 1-3.
Just an excellent play from Mayer right there, efficiently enough, just grabbing down low to get that one and easily finding the first baseman nonetheless, Michaela Nathan. Apologies, Charlotte Troll. Got my rosters mixed up there.
Allison Knox-Silver will dig in, and she takes a hard cut and a miss at the first one, and the count's 0-1 with 2 away. Here in the bottom half of the first inning, we play 7. A mercy rule, if seen, is a 10 runs in the 5th, and this pitch is high. They were talking about doing 15-3, but they never really executed. I actually myself experienced a game between McNair Academic and St. Peter's Prep in baseball to a 23-run difference that had to play 5 innings out, as this one was popped up high, foul in the infield, and caught at first base by Charlotte Troll to retire the inning. So it will be an F3 to the designated player with an Allison Knox-Silver, and that will do the bottom half of the first. We'll go to the second. 1-0 Millers.
All right, this is Adam, take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
We move to the second here in West Orange. Ryan Lowry joined with Nick Baum. And we're going to talk more about a little other sports real quick, Nick. Hockey season was quite the interesting one. West Orange saw themselves as semifinalists in their division of the McMullen. And they also found themselves making their first playoff group appearance since I believe it was 2017. So that's a good statistic for them. Congratulations to them. And of course for Millburn as well, a very tough season. Only saw themselves punch out 3 wins against lower division teams. Next year, a very young team, so a lot of talent to come for them. Talking about some other teams in the area, Montclair Kimberly Academy, an interesting year as well.
Very much so. I mean, from my vantage point, with MKA TV, certainly a very successful hockey season. Perhaps the highlight of it, playing crosstown rivals Montclair and beating them for the first time since 2017 in a 3-2 final second shot. So very much good work done from the Cougars, and a shout out to my friends and brethren over at the Kimberly side of Montclair.
Yeah, Montclair, definitely MKA Montclair, very competitive rivalry. We see it in soccer too.
Soccer, yes, as a player myself and a first-hand experiencer of such a rivalry. Unfortunately didn't go our way this season, a 2-1 loss at Montclair in front of a sold-out, packed crowd. But
sold-out crowd.
Yep.
Selling tickets.
Maybe next year.
The 2-1 pitch. In there for a called strike, and the count is 2-2. Again, obviously, going back on that Montclair front, Todd Leather and Tor Weaver, very good friends, but rivals on the pitch. The 2-2. Mar deals, and this is fouled away. Again, the Millers hold a 1-0 lead. Talking more for the prospective season, we were actually talking to Michael Marini, the head coach of West Orange. He says a very tough schedule he sees this year. Power points-wise for the playoffs, it's going to be a positive one.
Very much so, and certainly that's why you always have to take these records that was aforementioned, 5-5 for the Millers and 4-6 for the Mountaineers, with a large grain of salt, I would argue. Simply a very tough schedule that these SEC Liberty teams experience season in and season out.
Yeah, you're supposed to play games of division up and a division down, as well as each team home and away within your division. So they're going to be seeing some American teams. This pitch, fouled away. We saw it recently, Liberty and American Division softball butting heads. Caldwell in a game against Mount St. Dominic. It's definitely high level.
Certainly 2 powerhouses on that matchup.
And this one will be in there for the first hit of the ball game for the Millburn Millers. Madeline Taval right down the middle and over second base here on the beautiful Friday turf for a single. That's a nice piece.
Very much so. Certainly a solid hit right there. Found it just in that little cranny in between the outfielder and the infielder. So fortunate for her, able to steal first.
So runner on first. Remember, no leading as a bunt will be shown. That is very, very smart softball. They're going to try and get the runner out at first. They got her. But the runner also advances to second with 1 away. So that's a sacrifice for Frommer. That'll be scored as a sac 1. So that advances the runner to second base. Tavel would double the lead.
Certainly a clever play from Frommer. Probably not within her intention necessarily to seize first base, but nonetheless assisting her teammate in getting to second.
Here's Sorkin. The pitch is in there for a strike and the count's on 1. Remember, taking a look at the upcoming schedules for these two teams, who do you really see as a potential threat for West Orange?
For West Orange, I do see sort of, well, are you in the midst of, say, opponents?
Yeah.
Or, I would have to kind of dig back at the schedule myself, but I do see West Orange at least recovering to an above 500 position. I know sort of a bit of a off way to start the season, back and forth wins and losses, followed by a 3-game losing streak that they're coming off of. For example, beat Bloomfield 10-0 in their opening day, but coming off a 7-6 defeat to the Bengals. So certainly a back and forth season for the Mountaineers, but I do see them sort of recovering their record going forward as we conclude into the second half of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. There's 2 away on the strikeout to Sorkin, swinging. That brings up Brooke Snyder.
Brooke Snyder, the junior pitcher, and certainly once again to reiterate that junior pitcher matchup in this game, and she's certainly been standout so far, making quick work of the Mountaineers in the first inning.
The count is 0-1. Mayer on the bump today. And the pitch from the circle. Chopped to first base. That's going to be a foul ball. Looks like it's squibbed foul. Stayed fair, but just trickled out.
Unfortunate of the pitcher.
You know, we look across the street, we're taking a look at those tennis courts. West Orange had a quite successful start to its Tennis Essex County Tournament run. Started off taking down the Cedar Grove Panthers. The 0-2 pitch. Grounded, and a nice glove play by Mayer. She will throw run half diamond to Michael Nathan.
An excellent play from the Mountaineers pitcher herself, and able to retreat into that bottom half of the second inning.
So we're going to go to the bottom half of the second. 1-0, Millers. When one of the top public high school athletic programs in the state of New Jersey uses the #1 live stream in the nation.
Flip to Carson. He went the 90 yards on the kickoff return. He's trying to finish it off with a touchdown, and he does! Goodbye, Carson!
Ball court. Passed on over to Capstraw. Capstraw will dive in past two players, and she's able to load up and score. That is the 1,000-point club type of play right there. You can't ask for better than that one.
Pass the cross. Stick down by Murphy. Send a shot and deflected. They score!
2 now. We're at the 2:30 marker left in the game. Immaculate go quickly, but it has just costed them a good play there to stay on the West Orange side. Diving in quickly is Capstraw, and she herself is leading West Orange to a comeback. 5
on it along the far corner. Tries to send it in towards goal. Has a man! What a pass! What a goal! Emma Mitchell to Gianna Festino. Short shot on goal. Oh, post! West Orange! Gets the goal, and they win. They take down the #2 ranked Seton Hall Pirates. What a thrilling game!
So a free kick for West Orange. She sends it towards the net.
But we don't score the game, we just call and record it. As the pitch from Bove with nobody on base, swung on and missed, struck him out. Lacey now trying to get on the offensive side of things. Can he? Ooh, and he's able to work himself into a pin position. Penny earned the pin. He's got all 5. Back points easily. First pitch of the inning is downstairs for a ball, and the count's 1-0. We have Michaela Nathan up to bat. Knox Silver flew out in the past inning, as this pitch is upstairs for a 2-0 count. Talking recently about baseball in the area, West Orange and MKA, a prospective game coming up at West Orange High School, latter half of the year. We'll all be on the call for that one, as this pitch is in there for a strike, and the count's 2-1.
Very much anticipating that Cougar Mountaineer matchup. Unfortunately, I do have in my books, and unfortunately for my sort of allyship with the Cougars, I see that more as a victory of the Mountaineers, but nonetheless a very competitive matchup. So I would definitely argue to stay tuned to that one.
Yeah, Blumpkin, the new head coach for the West Orange Mountaineers, does quite the job there. He was the JV coach for a long, long time, developing talent for now his varsity program himself. That's pitch. Chopped. That'll get past the pitcher and handle that second base brilliantly by Macca to retire Michaela Nathan. And they're going to score that one, a 4-3. That'll bring up Riza Campbell, the left fielder. It's interesting, though, because Knox Silver just came to hit, so this will be Michaela Nathan. As this pitch is bunt shown and pulled back. And the count is 1-0. And the pitch. Bunt laid down, and it will be handled at third. The throw across the diamond is in time to retire Michaela Nathan.
Oh my, fast-paced fielding from the Millburn Millers, and just like that, quick work being done of the Mountaineers yet again going into the second.
6-3 across the diamond. Handled quite well there. And here's Riza Campbell, and she takes a hard cut and a miss. The count's on 1. Again, a very nice sunny day, a little breeze. Can't complain.
Breeze starting to pick up a bit, but nonetheless, beautiful day for softball.
1-1 count as that pitch misses. Time at the mound and the pitch. That's upstairs. And the count's 2-1. Obviously, Brooke Snyder, as we've said, on the mound for the Millers. And, well, what do you make of her performance today?
Well, certainly no signs of stopping. I mean, firstly, an excellent performance in the first inning, making quick work of the Mountaineers, not really letting much room to breathe. I'm not even sure that a man seized a base in the first inning, and as we see so far, 2 outs into the second. And a 3-1 count, but nonetheless the opportunity to force that high-flying sort of ball, as you see right here.
And that's going to be a single right up towards the right field line. And a runner on first base. Potential two-out rally, as Campbell scores herself a single in the books. We haven't seen any extra base hits today. Some aerialist extra base hits. This will bring up Tania Riley as a runner is on first base for the Mountaineers. The tying run as this pitch is in there for a called strike right down Broadway. The count's 0-1. It's got a nice crowd starting to fill in here.
Very much so. Might be sold out soon. Tickets are being sold.
Ticketmaster obviously sponsoring tickets today as the count is 0-2 with two-way. All fun and games. Come out and watch your Mountaineers for free. You gotta love high school sports at its finest.
Very much so. Certainly entertaining work, but nonetheless for a free cost.
The 0-2 two-way and the pitch. Caught on and missed for strike 3. So that's a quick inning. So a runner on first base in between 2 outs, and Tania Riley goes down swinging. So that's going to do the second inning. We'll go to the third. 1-0 Millers on the D1 Media Pro page on the NFHS Network.
Want to learn how to be a talk show host? Want to be a great play-by-play announcer?
That's good! You always have to be prepared for something to happen.
Thank you, Gary.
Sure, thank you, Matthew.
Good evening, everybody. Today is Super Bowl 54. The Kansas City Chiefs versus the San Francisco 49ers.
But sometimes there's a lot of pressure, there's a lot going on, there's a lot on your mind.
Arizona is a tough out right now.
I think the Chiefs come out of it.
He speaks beautifully.
To speak in front of people, learning how to have a conversation, learning to ask questions. These are skills that will help you in whatever you do in your life.
Well, we will go to the third inning here in West Orange, New Jersey. It's 1-0 Millers, taking advantage of the errors, separating the score here in West Orange. And we were talking earlier about the Essex County Tournament. You can't really forget about the 4 powerhouse teams, but you also can't forget about those other teams just trying to squib their way on into the talk. You gotta, can't forget about Caldwell, can't forget about West Essex. There's a lot of other talented teams. We'll even go to the lower divisions, Payne Tech and Glen Ridge, 2 very strong softball programs that might make a couple upsets to knock out some prospective possible teams to make it to the semifinals and further. Brings up Kathleen Scott for the Millers. Zoe Blake is the flex player, which means we will move to the top half with Catherine Saugon. Mayer out for another inning of work on the pitch. Cut on and miss, and the count's on 1. And the 0-1 pitch is upstairs. Counts 1-1. We are loaded with action this week on D1 Media Pro. We saw St. Peter's Prep upset Ferris in a little Jersey City derby. Ferris took the first one on opening day. St. Peter's Prep come into that one at 500. They respond to take down a 7-2 Ferris Bulldogs. More to come this week as we have on Wednesday part 2 of a SEC American baseball rivalry between, as this pitch is a pass ball, between the Millburn Millers and the Seton Hall Prep Pirates. Last time we saw a walk-off for the Millburn Millers to knock Seton Hall out of the top 10 in the NJ Athletics rankings. 3-1 pitch. Cut foul down the first base line. That fills up the count at 3-2. More baseball to come, too. Don't forget, we're sponsoring Ferris Baseball this year on the D1 Media Pro page on the NFH Center. We also have Cranford softball and baseball to showcase for you. Cranford softball off to an interesting start. They have a couple big games coming up against teams like Elizabeth, against Westfield, against Scotch Plains. This one fouled away, 3-2. You really gotta love Union County as well. They just really sponsor some great athletics and all around. Baseball, they're great with Cranford. Softball, they're great. Again, with Cranford, with Westfield, a lot of talent. As this 2-2 pitch is cut on and missed for strike 3, 3-2. My apologies. And let me first out of the inning. Scott goes down swinging, and that'll bring up the top of the order with Kathleen Saugon. Again, I don't think we've seen a lefty hit today.
Oh, yes. Rather surprising so far, but always room for the record breaker.
This one is grounded to third, knocked down, and the throw across the diamond. And it shan't be in time. I'd score that one a single. Hard piece of contact. How would you score that one, Nick?
Well, good work of Saugon right there. Not sure how he scored that one.
I'd give it a single. It was hard hit. Hard to handle at this level. course, the West Orange book is what is reported to NJ.com the next day and recorded by the state of New Jersey as a PowerPoint. In this pitch, runner goes on the bunt that's pulled back. It's going to end up being a pass ball and advancing the runner to second. Smart base running. And the count is 1-0 to the second hitter with an Hannah Maka for the Millers. Again, that is the doubling run of the score on second base for Millburn. The pitch. Upstairs, 2-0.
Well, nonetheless, I would argue a great exploitation of that bit of a fumble from the catcher right there. I do believe that is Anna Deer on that one. Or no, apologies, Angie Cancel.
And the pitch. Bunt shown. Bunt pulled back. And the runner's now going to go to third, and they got her.
Oof.
Trying to do some smart base running, and it just doesn't do the job. 2 away. Trying to get tricky on the base paths.
Miller's on the front foot, unable to exploit, however. Watchful eye from the Mountaineers defense.
The 3-0. Ball 4. Runner back on first base as it's a walk for Hannah Maka. And now we will have Brielle Angelson come up. Just a reminder, the NFHS Network is the #1 way to watch all high school athletics in the state of New Jersey. And in the nation, the #1 producer. Bunt shown, bunt pulled back, runner goes, and the throw across the diamond and couldn't be handled. Credit that one a stolen bag. Definitely could have got him there. It was a very nice throw, just not handled by Anaya Simpson. Unfortunate turn of events there, Nick.
Indeed, but nonetheless, excellent piece of skill and speed demonstrated by Maka, the sophomore, able to steal second just like that.
1-1. Again, Millburn just trying to get tricky. They're really just trying to play small ball to just score those runs. And we knew this was going to be a high level, not only high level, but like a close one, too. Both teams very even with the record, very even within high level competition. Both teams entering the county tournament within the week as this one is chopped to first. It'll be a fair ball that is quite easily handled by Michaela Nathan to do the inning. So a runner stranded will go to the bottom half of the third. 1-0 Millers.
The North Jersey Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Institute is the preferred practice for diagnosis and orthopedic treatment in New Jersey. Our focus includes sports injuries, as well as the treatment of a broad range of orthopedic complaints, from common tendon ailments and arthritic joint pain to traumatic injuries. Our facility offers an on-site physical therapy suite, in conjunction with specifically designed exercise programs, non-invasive and advanced healing technology. Specialist Dr. Michael Rusinella utilizes non-surgical and minimally invasive surgical procedures to help patients regain back their quality of life.
Welcome back. SEC Liberty Softball here on the D1 Media Pro page on the NFHS Network. Angie Cancel due up for West Orange. West Orange has not played through their lineup yet in the hitting order. Millburn cannot say the same. They've stranded quite some runners on the bag and have also popped a run on through.
Indeed, really, Millburn seeing much more of the action in terms of running around the bases and really sort of on the front foot, sort of dominating this game thus far, but at least I would apply that term liberally in the sense that it has been a very competitive matchup so far. Both teams quick hitting and finding men on bases. It is Millburn, however, with a slight numerical advantage going into the bottom of the third.
As said, the bottom half of the third. Due up Angie Cancel, number 17, doing the work behind the plate. A lot of respect for the catchers. Very tough position. It's a warrior's position.
I do agree.
And the pitch. In the dirt and scooped up for a ball. And the count is 1-0. And the 1-0 pitch from the Millers. That's in there for a strike, and the count's 1-1. Snyder will deal the 1-1. Popped up sky high. Calling off everybody is the third baseman making the catch. And there is 1 away. So Cancel goes down on an F6. Excuse me, F5. It's funny in the scorebook. Position number 6, the shortstop. Position number 5, the third baseman. The story behind it quite funny as well. The shortstop used to be the 4th outfielder.
Wow.
Yeah.
The more you know.
Waiting on a call for that one. Looks like that misses for a ball, but that's a good miss. It's quite close, maybe a little low. 1-0 pitch. That's in there for a strike, and the count's 1-1. Predictions for who's going to win the Liberty Division this year, Nick? Or all divisions, I should say.
Oof, for the Liberty Division. Well, at the moment, it is looking a bit of a tight contest, I would argue. I do see Montclair, I do believe they are the front runners of the Liberty Division at the moment. And although they are a few games ahead of the second place team, I do see them carrying it out in the end, the Mounties winning the Liberty Division. That would be my take.
I can see it being them, or as you said, the front runners within James Caldwell. Very talented as well, so it's going to be really between the two of them. And I think Millburn and West Orange are going to fight for that third place spot. Heavy respect to that name. Popped up foul. Counts 2-2. And we'll move down to the Colonial Division, who will replace the last place team in the Liberty Division. Your prediction?
For the Colonial Division, I do believe it is Payne Tech at the moment. They are posing with an undefeated record, I do believe. So great work being done of the school. And I will predict that they carry out that title.
Half swing, that'll work for a single. Man, why don't you take a look at that one? A half swing single for Anna Deere. The athleticism from the three-sport athlete herself. Also plays basketball and soccer.
Simply a renaissance man. And great work being done on the softball pitch in the spring.
And that pitch is in there for a strike, and the count is 0-1. So the 0-1 now. And the pitch. Check Anna Deere at first. She's safe in time. And the count's 1-0. The 1-1 count. One away. And the pitch. Looks like that one's going to miss, and the count's 2-1. Got Anna Deere standing on first base. She plays three sports. That basketball team had a tough exit in the first round of the state tournament to East Orange. You can catch that one on demand, as that's in there for a strike.
Very difficult exit, and you can imagine it is a rivalry, West Orange versus East Orange, and in basketball nonetheless, of any other sport.
Popped up, and that is going to drop in for a single for Nia Simpson. So back-to-back singles. Simpson goes 1 for 2 on the day. That puts runners on first and second, and Livia Marr up to hit. Or Mare, excuse me. Tying run on second base. Leading run is on first base. The third run of the ball game is at home. And the pitch. Cut on and missed. In there for a strike, and counts 1. Yeah, 1 with 1 away. To Olivia Mare, a pitcher's duel. And going back to your statement earlier about the East Orange-West Orange rivalry, we like to call it the Orange Bowl in football. And in any other sport, it's a hashtag Battle of the Oranges, as this pitch is upstairs for ball, and the count's 2-1. You gotta love a Battle of the Oranges rendition. Actually, Jalen Kelly, our cameraman, is quite the football player for East Orange campus. The 2-1. Caught on and missed, and the count's 2-2. East Orange campus, state champions this year. Off of a game-winning fumble. Has recovered for 99 yards. A 2-2 with 1 away. And the pitch. Grounded, too short. And let's see if they can turn 2. There's 1 in the throw to first. Oh, they're going to check 4 as they only got the runner at second base. So a fielder's choice for Marr. And that will get Simpson off the base paths, and Deere is hanging off a third. So runners on the corners with 2 away. Here in the bottom half of the third inning of 7. Digging in is Natty Baldo. He'll ground it out to the pitcher. And Nick, right behind us, a beautiful pond.
Oh my, yeah. Just coming into it, I was admiring the pretty park around us. It really is something excellent. So shout out to the township of West Orange for this beautiful piece of public infrastructure.
And you're not too far away yourself from Glen Ridge. I'm also neighboring in Livingston. So, very nice area is Essex County Parks and Recreation. Shout out to Joseph and DiVincenzo. As we looks like we will have a chat on the mound. That'll bring us to a short commercial break. You don't want to go anywhere. D1 Media per page, NFHS Network.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player and select DVD or digital copy to get yours today.
A little conversation on the mound. These two teams are both common foes for boys and girls on the soccer pitch as well, as we were saying earlier. On the girls' side, a tough year for Millburn. Last year they had a very strong season. I believe they punched out an 8-6-1 record. And this year they fell under 500. West Orange, Essex County champions. On the girls' side. On the boys' side, they were finalists, but they fell to the Pirates of Seton Hall. Very tough to take on the state champions.
Very much so. Very gifted, talented team, that one.
This pitch is upstairs. Runners on the corners, trying to sneak their way on in. Natty Baldo, number 11, is up to hit. The 1-0 with 2 away. And the pitch. That drops in there for a strike and counts 1-1. We were just saying how you yourself play varsity soccer.
Yes, very much so. And on the topic of Seton Hall Prep boys soccer, us finding the great fortune of playing them in the opening game of the season, us going, ooh.
This one is swiped, and that is going to drop for an RBI single by Natty Baldo. That's going to score Anadir and put runners on first and second with 2 away. It's a tie ball game.
Equalized just like that, and certainly an excellent, solid hit. I mean, I would say not much to make of it other than the fact that swung at the right time in the right moment and able to equalize those scores at the moment. So very good job done of the Mountaineers. Now the task is to go ahead and seize the lead.
Nelson Knox Silver takes a strike, as you were saying. I believe it was an overtime loss that you guys saw versus the Pet Pirates.
A heartbreaker for MKA. We never had the lead against the Seton Hall Prep Pirates going into halftime, but we did that game 1-0. The equalizer later in the second half, and then going into golden goal. I didn't know myself that golden goal was the rules. I thought it would just end a tie. So
the state of New Jersey quite different from the U.S. soccer rules.
Very much so, very unfortunately. So we saw the loss in overtime, but nonetheless, proud of this Cougars team this season.
Foul, I believe it was a 12-6 record, was it?
12-6 indeed, and seeing us carry the Prep B title against Gill St. Bernard's, a 3-2 comeback win, also in overtime.
Yeah,
so
don't forget, Gill St. Bernard's, they were also their champions of non-public B themselves. And the pitch, low for a ball. GSB, very good softball too. So they can be a rival come the state tournament for multiple teams in the private sector. This is the last year of the Tournament of Champions before it's shut down. As this one is cut on and missed. 4 strike 3. So that'll do an inning that sees West Orange tie the ball game. We'll go to the 4th, 1-1. Don't go anywhere. When one of the top public high school athletic programs in the state of New Jersey uses the #1 live stream in the nation.
Flip to Carson. He went the 90 yards on the kickoff return. He's trying to finish it off with a touchdown, and he does! The time, Carson!
Ball court. Passed on over to Capstraw. Capstraw will dive in past 2 players, and she's able to lay it up and score. That is the 1,000-point club type of play right there. You can't ask for better than that one.
Pass across. Stick down by Murphy. Send a shot and deflected. They score!
2 now. We're at the 2:30 marker left in the game. Immaculate go quickly, but it has just costed them a good play there to stay on the West Orange side. Diving in quickly is Capstraw, and she herself is leading West Orange to a comeback. 5
on it along the far corner, tries to send it in towards goal. Has a man! What a pass! What a goal! Emma Mitchell to Gianna Festino. Short shot on goal on post. West Orange gets the goal, and they win. They take down the #2 ranked Seton Hall Pirates.
Welcome back. Top half of the 4th. Ryan Lowy, Jalen Kelly, and Nick Baum as this pitch is cut on and missed. Get the 4th inning started in the count 0-1 to Charlotte Troll. Again, can't ask for better weather. Can't ask for a nice Friday. I mean, maybe I can ask for better Fridays because it is the wrap-up of my vacation, but...
Oh.
And Mrs., are you on vacation as well?
Very unfortunate, but no, not myself. I am coming back from spring break a few weeks ago, but 2-week spring break we like to enjoy here at MKA, so bit of a plus.
Popped up. That'll make its way to the outfield, and it'll be not handled in center field. Going for a triple. Maybe tack on a couple errors. That is Charlotte Troll. She's upstanding. Anna Deere could not handle that one. Caught in the bright sun of center field here on the heated turf.
Very unfortunate from the outfielders, and able to exploit off that mistake a triple. So credit where it's due for the Millers.
So Troll finds her way on third base. Another possible opportunity of Millburn taking a run off of errors. And maybe we see a bunt laid down from Madeline Tavel. As this pitch misses for a ball. Again, small ball, I think, is the way to go in baseball and softball. I think it's very smart in games like these.
And
especially when you're not like in the majors where the arms are not as wicked as, you know, a grown man or a grown woman.
And certainly head coach for the first time of this West Orange Mountaineers softball team.
There's a pass ball, and it's going to see Troll have to retreat and slide back into third base. Yeah, as I was saying too, yeah. When you're not, I'd say a grown man or a grown woman, the arm is not as strong. So bunting it down the line with the speed of a player like Madeline Tavel is very smart.
And obviously Marini would be in agreement with you. That is roughly the sort of tactics that he's been introducing and approaching in this Millburn game.
We've seen quite the arms, though, today, no doubt about it. Brielle Angelson, very strong arm at shortstop. The pitchers today, Olivia Marr. We really like to see, I like the velocity we've seen today from the pitchers. Very impressive. Here's the pitch. In there for a called strike, and the count is 3-1. Again, I think your SEC softball pitcher to watch is Sophia Kiselowski, really just doing phenomenal. Player of the game after player of the game after player of the game for that undefeated Mount St. Dominic side, who's taking on a close competition within Livingston today, as there's a walk to put runners in the corners.
Simply just leading that dominant team. And so, to reiterate, my argument for the county champions going into the tournament.
Runners in the corners. Again, Frommer could lay the bunt down here. We've seen Rob Stern tell Mount St. Dominic put quite the surmountable amount of bunts down this year to try and advance the runners. We've also seen the same from Coach Shepard at Seton Hall in his 35 years at the helm. It's a very smart thing to do at the high school level, and it works. In an error-prone game with wind, like we've seen wind today, that can score you multiple runs too. Count is 0-1, the pitch. Squeezes in there for a strike, and the count's 0-2. And the pitch. That'll miss. Counts 1-2. Again, last year the Millers a 500 record of 10-10. I believe West Orange took home the first of these two teams. 7-2, they won that one last year. Upstairs 2-2. Again, West Orange were coming off of a very tough season prior. I believe they were in the American Division. I believe they had a 4-17 record as it was, I believe so. Here comes Coach Marini. Coach Marini said this is technically his second, but literally his third year head coaching the Mountaineers softball squad, and 10 years with the program itself. Brings a lot of experience. Last year he was at the helm for 23 games, it was. And really, I think the team that has just surprised me the most this year, I really do have to probably give it to West Orange. They really had a phenomenal start to the year. A 10-0 victory it was. And this team graduated some talent last year as well, so very impressive. I remember their senior night against Payne Tech. There was a ton of graduates. As here's a pitch that's going to be scooped and fair down the first base line. 1 run scores. Here comes the second run. It's going to be a hard rounding double. Addison Frommer.
My, a hefty hit right there to see a regain of the lead for the Millburn Millers. 3-1 as it stands now.
3-1 Millburn Millers, a runner on second base. It's a nice piece of contact. I believe it was from Addison Frommer. This will bring up Amy Sorkin, center fielder, who struck out swinging. It's a very nice piece of contact there from Frommer. Pitch in there for a strike. Again, that just really shows the wind just pulling it over towards the line, but it just stayed fair.
Very unfortunate for the Mountaineers. And I do attribute some of that maybe to this gorgeous lake behind us, this gorgeous park behind us, maybe allowing that sort of wind velocity to curb that into the outfield and then into out of bounds. So definitely not the best spot for that ball to land.
Popped up foul, and the count's 1-2. Again, as I said earlier, I really am a fan of myself, especially at the high school level, just laying down the bunt. But there, you just showed you didn't need to. Power hit right there from Addison Frommer. That hit has a scout's eye, as that pitch is caught on and missed. For strike 3, Sorkin goes down on strikes, the first out of the inning. So that's 2 swinging strikeouts for Sorkin on the day. It brings up Brooks Snyder. Snyder grounded out to the pitcher. And again, we still have not seen a lefty step into the boxes. We're winding through both lineups twice.
Bit surprising.
Yeah, you always want those southpaws and those south swingers. As there's a bunt laid down, and they're going to say it's a foul ball. I believe it actually hit her off the bounce. Yeah, they're going to say it hit Snyder. I believe it hit her arm. But very smart idea laying down the bunt. Got a runner on second base. They got a little bit of wind today.
Yep.
So can cause some havoc not only on the base paths, but with a throw. Count's on 1. But this West Orange defense has just been sharp and sheared. Some strong arms, too. It seems some quick 1-2 throws there as well. And a pitch. Grounded to short. That'll squeeze right through for a base hit. And rounding her way on home, completing the base paths, is the doubling Addison Frommer. It's an RBI single for Brooks Snyder.
Just stretching that disparity on the scoreline even further.
4-1 Millers, with only 1 away. This is very, very, very good softball play. Here's another bunt laid down and pulled back. Runner goes to throw to second, is not in time. It's a stolen bag.
Oh, excellent speed. Poised by Snyder right there to steal second.
And a ball was actually called too, so a smart idea putting down the bunt. Again, showing the bunt and pulling back the bunt when a runner is stealing really causes confusion, and it weakens the eye of the catcher's sight down to second base. It's a very nice throw, maybe just lobbed a little bit too much, but it's a very nice throw as well. Count is 1-1 shown on the board. 1-1 away pitch. That's in there for a strike, and the count's 1-2. Count is 1-2 as the sun starts to go down. Behind us, here in West Orange, we do have lights here at this new beautiful field. Upstairs pitch. Interesting, now they're going to change it to 2-1 on the scoreboard. We will do so as well. The 2-1 pitch. Chopped foul. 2-2.
I mean, as you were saying, credit where it's due to the brand new installation here in West Orange. Great, beautiful turf field and everything. And the lights, too. I didn't even notice that at first. So, simply a beautiful piece of infrastructure that we have here, and great to see it in its opening season.
This will be a line drive to second, and the throw to first. Not in time. Wow. A little jump hit from Kathleen Scott. Credit a single. Scott is quick.
Very close call indeed. So I do believe an underrated part of the game is the umpire himself has to make some very close calls right there, and calls that anger one half and make the other half happy. So credit where it's due.
Here's Saugon, and she now wants to show punt too. And the pitch. Bunt pulled back, runner goes. They're going to fake the throw and bait the runner at third. I believe that was a ball, and the count is 1-0 indeed. I was on first and third. The 1-0 pitch. This is hit sky high, deep to center field. Deere goes back. Deere makes the catch, and the runner from third will tag up. It's a beautiful sac fly from Catherine Saugon to score another run, and it'll actually tag up both runners as well. So 2 away and a 5-1 Millers lead.
Oh my, what a soaring hit that one was, but great from the outfield to reel that one back in. Unfortunately not enough, and able to score another run.
That'll be a sac fly, as this one is grounded into the hole for a base hit. Another one will round on home. That's run number 6 It's a single for Macca.
Well, the scoreline's just being stretched as of late. One after the other for the Millers.
Millers, as the visitors, now hold this 6-1 lead. They're trying to move themselves above the 500 marker this year, and they can do so holding on to the solid lead on the pitch. Runner goes. This is going to be grounded. It's a little hit and run. The throw to first is in time, and that'll get us through the fourth inning. We go to the bottom half, but the Millers have stretched this one to the brink in this 7-run affair. They're up 6-1. Stay tuned on the D1 Media page on the NFH's Network. Well, the Millburn Millers just taught us what it looks like to have themselves a fun inning.
Indeed. Going into it, I believe, an equal scoreline, and just to stretch it by 5, 6-1 we're looking at here as we resume the bottom of the fourth. But simply excellent work poised by the Millers, one run after the other.
So here's Michaela Nathan. Looks like the assistant coach for the Mountaineers wants to have a chit-chat with the home plate umpires, and now Michael Marini wants to have a chat as well. You wonder what the conversation's about. This would be West Orange's 7th loss if they can't come back with it, and move to 4-7 on the year. Not exactly where you want to be, and it's coming close to the county tournament.
And with that loss moving to 3-5 in the Liberty division, but nonetheless a bit of a misleading sort of record to reiterate. Very tough schedule that both these teams respectively face.
So we're going to chat at the mound. Looks like they're putting a rough date of June 1st as the start of the sectional tournament this year. And Millburn were having themselves some fun. Looks like they're having a substitution effort. And they're going to keep number 11 on the mound, Brooke Snyder. No reason really to change the formula, especially it's great in softball because the way the motion is, it's not as bad for the arm as it is in baseball. It's really a big advantage.
Hugely, and able to give us players like Snyder.
He definitely sees a complete game come in more often. 0-1 in there for a strike. Hit pitch. Grounded, past the pitcher, bare hand throw, not in time. Infield single for Michaela Nathan. This can start the rally. Remember, no outs. That was the first hitter of the bottom half of the fourth. Well, in the words of Bon Jovi, we're halfway there. Bottom half of the fourth of 7 to play. Looks like if I was to guess right, we'll probably see all 7 innings. Unless the sky falls. That one will miss. Runner on first. And the pitch. That one's high. 2-0. Remember to tune in on Monday as Seton Hall and Livingston take each other on an SEC American baseball matchup at the Kelly Athletic Complex, a mile away from Seton Hall Prep. In there for a strike, and it counts 2-1. Again, Coach Shepard's Seton Hall Prep baseball team not off to the start they've wanted to see.
Nonetheless, a very talented side, and to see them go against another equally as talented side, I would argue, Livingston. Certainly a great high-flying matchup, that one, so certainly won't want to miss that one.
Last time those two teams played, it was a 5-inning affair that weather had to call off early. down at the Oval Baseball Field in Livingston. Also at the Oval Baseball Field today is Livingston and Mount St. Dominic. There is a line drive and through for a base hit. It'll be a single. Runners on first and second. Here in the bottom half of the fourth. 6-1 Millers. And again, a state tournament that both teams are looking forward to. Millburn plays themselves in a tough section. They see Ferris. They see a lot of tough teams. They see Cranford. Here's a bunt shown. A bunt pulled back. As the count is 1-0. Again, as I was saying, I really think Cranford is a very talented softball program. They might probably be the ones to worry about in that section for the sectional tournament.
The ones to watch going into it, and certainly a highly talented, highly fast-paced softball team that you always want to look out for.
Bunt shown. Bunt cannot be put down. Pitch just a little above the bat. The count is 1-1. Last year, Cranford won their section. West Orange early exiters of that section. Excuse me, Millburn early exiters for that section. West Orange early exiters for a section won by the Livingston Lancers. As the pitch is cut on a miss, they're going to try and get a rundown going for third, sliding in safe, and runners will advance to second and third. A very good softball played there by the West Orange Mountaineers. Count is 1-2. Tried to bait the throw down to second. Caused a rundown that just couldn't be executed defensively. Counts 1-2. And of course, we got to talk about that non-public bracket too. Montclair Kimberly Academy and Mount St. Dominic all in that section from the American Division as this pitch is popped high for a ball. It counts 2-2. Obviously, Mount St. Dominic last year, a heartbreaking loss to Immaculate Heart in the sectional finals. Well, Immaculate Heart themselves only made it so far before Livingston took them down in the Tournament of Champions. 2-2. Low football. What do you have winning the sections this year? What would you say is probably going to win the non-public section? It's always the best one, non-public A for softball.
Non-public A, I mean, Mount St. Dominic, I would argue, yet again, obviously, within that sort of category of schools, and obviously a very talented softball team. They pose, and as I said before, they're my favorites, at least, to win counties, so nonetheless, I see them also working similar wonders in the non-public A's.
And the pitch. In there for a strike in the count's 0-1. The bases are loaded. For cancel, 1-1. Snyder winds and deals. Grounded. They're going to try and get the force at home. They do the force at first. Cannot be handled. That might score a run as the ball finds its way in the outfield. They're going to throw the ball to second. Nobody's there. Here comes a second run. They're going to tag her out. So West Orange is able, in that mesh, to score a run. Wow, that's a confusing one to score in the books. I might not even bother to write that one down.
Well, simply high-flying action from the Millburn Millers, but nonetheless good on the Mountaineers to at least steal another run right there. So 6-2 and slowly sort of regaining ground.
A lot to break down there. Here's Anna Deer. So I guess cancel, I guess, there would have probably went into a fielder's choice, an impromptu fielder's choice. It's quite hard to write that one in the books. It was a mix of confusion and smart base running by the Mountaineers, but they just couldn't squeak that second run in, so it's still a 4-run difference. And a Deer comes in. Deer, a very talented athlete. Counts 0-1 to her. Anna Deer, the Matchfit Academy soccer product, also plays basketball here at West Orange, and also plays softball. Is there? She's going to pop one up into the shallow outfield, and the catch will be made by Kathleen Scott in the outfield. So that will do the inning, and the score is 6-2. Stay tuned. When one of the top public high school athletic programs in the state of New Jersey uses the #1 live stream in the nation.
Flip to Carson. He went the 90 yards on the kickoff return. He's trying to finish it off with a touchdown, and he does! Jakai Carson!
Ball court. Passed on over to Capstraw. Capstraw will dive in past 2 players, and she's able to load up and score. That is the 1,000-point club type of play right there. You can't ask for better than that one.
Pass across. Stick down by Murphy. Send the shot and deflected. They score!
2 now. We're at the 2:30 marker left in the game. Immaculate go quickly, but it has just costed them a good play there to stay on the West Orange side. Diving in quickly is Capstraw, and she herself is leading West Orange to a comeback. 5
on it along the far corner, tries to send it in towards goal. Has a man! What a pass! What a goal! Emma Mitchell to Gianna Festino. Short shot on goal. Post and West Orange gets the goal, and they win. They take down the #2 ranked Seton Hall Pirates. What a thrilling game!
Top half of the 5th inning of 7. Back on the mound for West Orange is Olivia Mayer. Pitch misses for a ball and the count's 1-0. D1 Media Pro page, NFA just now. Ryan Lowy, Nick Baum, Jalen Kelly on the broadcast from West Orange High School in West Orange, Essex County, New Jersey. The pitch. Cut on and miss, and the count's 1-1. The 1-1. Check swing foul, and the count's 1-2. Taking a look at the upcoming schedule for Michael Morani's West Orange Mountaineers, they are going to be on an away trip. They're at Caldwell, Kearney, Payne Tech, and Passaic. Then they come back to host Dover.
Well, certainly a competitive schedule confronting them as the season continues, but nonetheless, certainly a talented softball side the Mountaineers boast, so that opportunity to return to .500.
And then after that, well, they're going to host a 3-3 Dover team. Then, Nick, they have your hometown within a 5-3. Glen Ridge Ridgers, as this pitch is popped up high, soaring in foul territory is where it will go. It's a foul ball, and the count remains 1-2 in the top half of the 5th. Again, Glen Ridge trying to get themselves a promotion into the Liberty Division from the Colonial.
Occupying that 2nd place position in the Liberty Division, just behind Montclair, who simply is dominating that piece of the SEC as of right now.
1-2. And the pitch. That'll miss. 2-2. Nobody away. We had quite the confusing effort on the base pass last half inning. It gave West Orange a run, so they chipped in a little bit, but they also got one out trying to score as well. This one is popped up into shallow, and it will drop right field. Going for extra bases is Charlotte Troll. She's going to now round 3rd. The cutoff man is hit, and they will not make the effort to get her out of 3rd, so it's a triple for Charlotte Troll. That's her 2nd triple of the game.
Oh my, simply excellent exploitation of that mistake. The sophomore able to round all the way to 3rd. High speed nonetheless.
There's Madeline Tavel. And the pitch. In the dirt, and it will pass the catcher, but shan't be a worry as the Tavel will not try and make her way, Troll will not try and make her way home for the 7th run of the ballgame. A 6-2 scoreline sees Millburn at the helm. 1-0 pitch. In there for a strike. The count's 1-1. So Millburn girls lacrosse having quite the year as well. Getting ready for the county tournament. 1-1. And the pitch. Check swing, and then they're going to say she went around. That's 1-2. Really, the pace of play has started to slow down a little bit as the score has started to widen. We saw a 1-run difference for the majority of the game. The 1-2 here in the 5th, and the pitch. That'll miss for a ball, and the count's 2-2.
Pace definitely slowing, but nonetheless, bit of a response from the Mountaineers, bottom of the 4th. Able to put up that 1 run to at least somewhat reduce the deficit that they find themselves in at the moment.
And the pitch. It's high and outside for a ball 3, and the count is full. Nobody out. And runner on third base. And the pitch. Grounded in the hole for a base hit. And that will score tripling Charlotte Troll and single Madeline Tavel. We haven't seen any hits out of the park today, but we've seen a whopping 9 runs. So in this high-scoring ball game, it's all Millers.
Simply a high-scoring affair as we enter the 5th. Almost on track for similar fortunes. The last time these two teams played, a 9-2 victory for Millburn earlier in the season. So at least on track for a similar victory at the moment.
Yeah, they're only 2 runs away from that. And the pitch. Cut on and fouled away. So they've outscored them 16-4 total this year.
Not the best deficit to find yourselves in for the Mountaineers, but certainly a talented Millburn Miller side is really the key takeaway.
The 1-1 here in the 5th. And the pitch. In there for a strike. They're going to check the runner leading off at first. Safe back there as the count is 1-2.
A valiant dive indeed.
So the 1-2 here in the 5th. And the pitch. Popped up sky high in the infield leaning foul, and it'll be caught by the second baseman within Samantha Roth's side. A very good effort to retire the first out of the 5th inning. So 1 away with a runner on first. Again, West Orange have to chip away. They're down by 5 runs. Starts with the defense transitioning into the offense. Bunt shown, bunt foul. The count's 0-1. A long pause. And the pitch. Fouled away. You know, we were talking about how nice this field is. It could potentially one day host a neutral site game within a county semifinals.
Oh, I definitely agree.
Very nice facility as Mr. Stefan Zakella drives his way on in here to the facility. The athletic director here, great friend of D1 Media Pros. Pitch. Popped up sky high in foul territory. The first baseman is able to make the play and can't double him up. A nice catch by Michaela Nathan, but sliding in safe is Tavel. But there is 2 away. So here is Snyder on the pitch. In there for a strike and the count's on 1. Again, a far distance, but a nice view we have here. Down the third base line. The 0-1. And the pitch. Runner goes. The throw down to second. They got her. What a throw to retire the inning. So that will not score Snyder's at bat. And that will end the top half of the 5th. We go to the bottom half. West Orange down by 5.
Right up the middle, barreling towards the goal line. Baldwin is in for a Vance touchdown.
Right down the middle, man. This guy, and he keep going, and he
the ball's loose.
And they hop back on it, and that's a touchdown.
Short punt, bounces at the 35, fielded at the 40 by Quick, out to the corner. He's got blockers and a lot of green grass in front of him. Cuts back, he's in for a touchdown!
Swing pass in the flat.
If he gets to the corner, he's going to get in the end zone.
Touchdown.
Good job, block.
3rd down and 17, a handoff, getting to the outside. There's a hole, there's a first down, and all the way to the races is Elijah McWilliams to the house for a touchdown and for an IMIC for a division championship.
Bottom half of the 5th inning. Some chaos on the Bates paths in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Top half of the 5th, and it saw Millburn crack another run. They're up 7-2. And a little chat at the mound as it's getting quite windy. The sheets of paper starting to fly. Getting towards that nighttime effort here in West Orange, New Jersey. Back on the mound, smartly is Olivia Marr. Don't see really why you'd change a thing on that front of things.
Simply been excellent so far, and able on multiple occasions to force the out or force a strikeout.
First pitch has popped up in fair territory, and the play will be made at short by Simpson for the first out of the inning. Brielle Angelson pops out. There's one away. An F6 in the scorebook. Brings it with Charlotte Troll. And the pitch. Breaking ball. That'll drop for a ball. And the count's 1-0. I'd like to thank you for joining us this afternoon on the D1 Media Pro page of the Interfaces Network into evening. And the pitch. Drops for a ball. Counts 2-0. Ryan Long, Nicholas Baum, and Jalen Kelly. The 2-0 and the pitch. Ball 3. 3-0. Again, we're moving towards the end of this ball game. Millburn seemed to have it secured, but this West Orange team can rally in the pitch.
Absolutely, and you did see a bit of a response there in the 4th inning. So, nonetheless, the ability to continue their tally, at least wither away at that bit of a deficit they find themselves in at the moment.
And the pitch. That's in there for a strike. It'll full up the count. And they're actually going to say it's ball 4. My apologies. So that will walk the hitter. And we just saw Amy Sorkin, my apologies, up to hit with a walk. So in the lineup next, that would bring in Brooke Snyder. We have a pinch runner in for the Mountaineers. That'll be number 2 for West Orange. And we have that as Grumette. And the pitch. That's high for a ball. Counts 1-0. 1-0 with one away. And the pitch. That's in there for a strike. And the count is 1 apiece with one away. Triple ones on the scoreboard. And the pitch. In the dirt. Grumette runs. The throw down to second. They got her.
Oh my, excellent play. Trying to exploit the mistake from the catcher, but unable to do so. Great response from the Millburn Millers on defense.
An excellent effort defensively. And that'll be called a ball, and the count's 2-1 with 2 away. And the pitch. Grounded to short. Handled. And the throw across the diamond by Simpson to Nathan. Retires a quick one. We go to the 6th. 7-2 Millers. When one of the top public high school athletic programs in the state of New Jersey uses the #1 live stream in the nation.
Flip to Carson. He went the 90 yards on the kickoff return. He's trying to finish it off with a touchdown, and he does! Goodbye, Carson!
Ball court. Passed on over to Capstraw. Capstraw will dive in past 2 players, and she's able to load up and score. That is the 1,000-point club type of play right there. You can't ask for better than that one.
Pass across. Stick down by Murphy. Send a shot and deflected. They score!
2 now. We're at the 2:30 marker left in the game. Immaculate go quickly, but it has just costed them a good play there to stay on the West Orange side. Diving in quickly is Capstraw, and she herself is leading West Orange to a comeback. 5
on it along the far corner. Tries to send it in towards goal. Has a man! What a pass! What a goal! Emma Mitchell to Gianna Fessino. Short shot on goal. And post and West Orange gets the goal, and they win. They take down the #2 ranked Seton Hall Pirates. What a thrilling game!
So a free kick for West Orange. She sends it towards the net.
Oh,
But we don't score the game, we just... Top half of the sixth, grounded into the hole for a base hit to get us started. It's a Miller single. And there's a runner on first base. So my sincerest of apologies there. I was reading off the wrong lineup last inning. Opposite. Ooh. So the play was made by Angelson to Troll. That was the last play of the inning. Bunt shown. Double miss, and it's in there for a strike, and the count's 0-1. There's that third play. My apologies. It was Angelson to Troll to retire the hitter. Counts 0-1. Here in the top half of the sixth. And the pitch. Bunt shown. Bunt pulled back. And the throw down to second. Wow, they're going to throw another runner out.
Oh, my. Excellent play.
Maybe a record. Just maybe a record. A lot of thrown out runners today. Snyder is out. So 1 away in the 1-1 count. Pitch misses and the count's 2-1 with 1 away.
But working back sort of like on a number of occasions, I do agree, really attests to the defensive ability of both these respective sides. So excellent on the defensive front, at least.
Yeah, the arms of Cancel and Saugon have really been tested today, but they've really both lived up to the expectations.
Two talented junior pitchers going back and forth at it, but nonetheless, simply demonstrating their talent yet again in front of us.
Yeah, on the catcher's side as well, yeah. With the throwing down, those runners trying to steal second. Brilliant executions. Pitch from Mayer. Ball 4. And that'll walk a Miller. Runner on first base with 1 away. So 1 out. This will bring up Saugon. They're still keeping Mayer in for the 6th inning in the pitch. Saugon sees one. They're going to check the runner out first. She's safe in time back on the bag, and the count's 1-0. Again, soon to come up, we'll talk more about the Millers' upcoming schedule. Again, West Orange, and 10 to 15 games left, excluding the county and state tournaments. 1-0. Hammered down the line. That's a fair ball right in front of left field. It'll advance the runners a bag. Good hit there by Catherine Saugon. Runners on first and second. And 1 away. The 7-2 lead that the Millburn Millers see.
Another fine piece of contact right there for the Millers.
So here's Macca. And the pitch. And that'll miss for a ball, and the count's 1-0. Mayer Diaz. Grounded right to her. She will make the play at third on the force. Get the lead runner out. And there's 2 away. Brielle Angelson will now dig into hit. Again, very smart by Mayer to retire the runner there. 2 away here in the top half of the 6th. And the pitch. Pop sky high on the first pitch. The second baseman, Rothside, makes the play to retire the top half of the 6th. We go to the bottom half. 6 more outs the Mountaineers have to spare before they surrender a second one to the Millers. Stay tuned.
It's his responsibility as Maldonado cranks one into deep left field. You can forget about that. Chris Maldonado with home run number 2 today.
He's go as this one is ripped into left field. A bat flip and a homer for Tyler.
This pitch is hit in the air, left field, going over Fiore. He's back at the track, at the wall. It's gone. A leadoff home run for St. Joseph's Regional. Ellis Garcia gets things started for the Green Knights. Here in the payoff pitch is hit in the air, Deep right center field. That ball is high, it is far, and it is gone! A grand slam for Matthew Monteleone. And it kicks and fires. That pitch is hit in the air. Deep right field. Get out of town. Michael, you waited up, and Marcus Johnson smacked it out of the yard. A leadoff bomb from the Cougars center fielder. Play the 1-2. Hit in the air. Deep left field. That ball is high. It is far. It is long gone off the house. Makai Moore with a go-ahead 2-run shot way out of here. That Miller. Pitch is a breaking ball, cut on and missed. Hard strikes out the side of the third. We head to the home half. But the first pitch to Hollander is belted in the air. Deep left field. That ball is high, it is far, and it is gone. Matthew Hollander wastes no time getting Millburn on the board here in the first inning.
Welcome back. Bottom half of the 6th inning. 6 more outs. Mountaineers have to spare here in this one, and Brooks Snyder is back on the mound. Number 11. Pitch. Upstairs for a ball, and the count's 1-0. Staying on field, beautiful in its first season. And the pitch. And in there for a strike. West Orange, I believe we have all turf facilities here. Not one grass facility, no longer. Which is definitely great for the rain in the pitch. Chopped on and missed, and the count's 1-2.
I do definitely agree. In fact, I remember earlier in the soccer season, an unfortunate 1-0 defeat at the hands of West Orange, but even in the midst of rain, a beautiful field.
Yeah.
Their turf field that they poised back towards the actual school building.
Yeah, Lincoln Field it is. Ari Rosu was going to play D1 soccer at St. John's. The star wrestler and center back for the West Orange Mountaineers of Doug Nevin's team. And the pitch. Upstairs, 3-2. That was really the story of their season. County finalists, sectional finalists, both heartbreakers. They lost to Seton Hall and then to Kearney. 2 very good games. D1 Media Pro and Kevin Conley were there for both, as that pitch is cut on to miss for strike 3 and first out of the inning. So 1 away. This will bring up Michaela Nathan. Knox Silver goes down on strikes. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. And the pitch. Upstairs for a ball, and the count's 1-0. Still a lot left to play here this softball season. Nowhere near the end of this one. So both teams a lot to bounce off of today. In there for a strike. Again, this will be the second and final time these two teams see each other in regular season contests. Very rare, but could come across each other in the county tournament. This pitch is in the dirt for a ball, and that counts 2-1. Also very rare, but these two teams could see each other in not the sectional, but the group tournament. Both teams would have to go quite far against tough competition, but could logically happen. 2-1 pitch. This is for ball, 3-1. Not too far of a trip. These two teams have to see each other. The separating township between these two schools is Livingston. They're taking on Mount St. Dominic today in a number 4 versus number 5 battle in the state of New Jersey's top 20 SEC American Division. Count is full with 1 away. Again, a JV contest between these two teams played at the elementary school across the street. As this pitch is fouled away. Full count once again. Great weather. Great place to walk your dogs it is here at this beautiful facility.
Oh yes, I've spotted some excellent little dogs and puppies across the park, so certainly a fan.
Popped up. And that'll go foul. This is quite the at-bat here for Michaela Nathan. 1 out this inning. It was a strikeout to Allison Knox Silver. Full count, 1 away. And the pitch. In the dirt. Dealt by Snyder, and that'll walk a hitter for the Mountaineers. They have a runner on first base. That'll bring up Riza Campbell. Started off the day with a single, digs on in, and the pitch. It's just been a righty kind of day, hasn't it?
Simply has been. I'm a bit surprised.
And the 1-0. Drops in there for a strike, and the count's 1-1. Remember, we have West Orange football for you next year on the D1 Media page on the NFHS Network. I was on the call for all home games and away games this year. The pitch drops low for a ball. And West Orange graduating some supreme talent. Makai decommitted from Temple, but he still wants to get college playing time. He's going to play at a different school. Can't recall what it is, but smart decision on his behalf to try and get more time on the field. The pitch grounded and off of Snyder. She'll have to leave it to the first baseman, Charlotte Troll, to pick it up. And that'll put another runner on base. Runners on first and second with one away. A potential Mountaineer rally. This brings up Reza Campbell.
Well, unfortunate contact made off of Snyder there on the mound.
My apologies. This brings up Tania Riley. So we'll have a conversation at the mound. Stay tuned.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player and select DVD or digital copy to get yours today. High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player and select DVD or digital copy to get yours today.
Bottom half of the sixth, one away. Runners on first and second. Here on the D1 Media Pro page on the FHS Network. My name is Ryan Loud. I'm joined with Nick Bauman. On the camera is Shaylin Kelly. One away in the pitch. In there for a strike, and the count's on 1. And the 0-1 to Tania Riley. And the pitch. Popped up. And that one will drop foul down the left field line. And the count's 0-2. One away. 0-2. Runners on first and second. Tying run in the hole for the Mountaineers, and the pitch. Cut on and missed. Strike 3. And 2 away here in the bottom half of the sixth.
Well, yet another excellent strikeout from Snyder, the junior pitcher.
And so this will bring up Angie Cancel. 2 away as Riley goes down on strikes. Snyder winds and deals. Sky high pitch for a ball, 1-0. And the 1-0 pitch. And that one will miss for a ball, and the count is 2-0. And the 2-0 pitch is in the dirt, and the count is now 3-0. I'd like to thank you for joining us on your Friday afternoon D1 Media Pro page on the NFHS Network. The NFHS Network, the #1 way to watch all high school sporting events across the country. Here's the pitch. Ball 4 out of the catcher's glove, and that loads the bases. So if West Orange is able to crack the bats here, they're right back in this ballgame.
Certainly the opportunity to. We've seen them rallying back, at least in the 4th inning, in the midst of a wide gap.
Anna Deere digs in. She takes a strike. Anna Deere, one of the more talented athletes here in West Orange. As the 0-1. In there for a strike, and the count is 0-2. Deere now has to protect the plate, maybe shorten up the swing. And the 0-2 pitch. High for a ball, and the count's 1-2.
A bit of a critical juncture here for West Orange, fighting their second to last inning. Certainly the opportunity to significantly reduce that deficit that they find themselves in, but looks to be just over like that.
Yeah, strike 3 called, a tough at-bat for Deer, and that'll do the 6th inning. We move to the last inning of play. Millburn will try and put more on and defend that lead in the bottom half of the inning here in the 7th to try and win this ballgame. Stay tuned.
It's his responsibility as Maldonado cranks one into deep left field. You can forget about that. Chris Maldonado with home run number 2 today. He's got
as this one is ripped into left field. A bat flip and a homer for Tyler.
Pitch is hit in the air, left field, going over Fiore. He's back at the track, at the wall. It's gone. A leadoff home run for St. Joseph's Regional. Ellis Garcia gets things started for the Green Knights. Here in the payoff pitch is hit in the air, deep right center field. That ball is high, it is far, and it is gone! A grand slam for Matthew Monteleone. And it kicks and fires. That pitch is hit in the air, deep right field. Get out of town! Michael, you laid it up, and Marcus Johnson smacked it out of the yard. A leadoff bomb from the Cougars center fielder. Play the 1-2. Hit in the air, deep left field. That ball is high, it is far, it is long gone off the house. Makai Moore with a go-ahead 2-run shot way out of here at Miller. Pitch is a breaking ball, cut on and missed. Hard strikes out the side of the 3rd. We head to the home half. But the first pitch to Hollander is belted in the air, deep left field. That ball is high, it is far, and it is gone. Matthew Hollander wastes no time, getting Millburn on the board here in the 1st inning.
First pitch is in the dirt for a ball, and the count's 1-0. We are in the 7th inning. Last chance Mountaineers to come up after 3 outs. And the 1-0. Cut on and missed on the high ball, and the count's 1-1. Trying to chase the high ball. Delancey to hit. And the pitch. Chasing the high one again and fouling it away. Counts 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Grounded to short. A nice play with the glove, and the throw across the diamond is in time.
Oh my.
An admirable play there by Simpson.
An excellent grab right there. Nia Simpson on that one. And a high-flying, super fast throw back to first base.
That's quite the play. And there's one away. And the pitch. In there for a strike, and the count's 0-1. That was a rocket.
Oh my, simply. So, excellent piece of defending for the Mountaineers if they want to get one last grasp at trying to reduce their deficit in the bottom of the 7th.
Counts 0-2, 2 quick strikes thrown. So the 0-2, 1 away. And the pitch. Foul, just got a piece of it. Was Madeline Tivell. Tivell, a very good day. Single to get started, walk, another single as well. Planning to record on her half of the day. The 0-2. And the pitch. Cut on and miss. Drop strike 3, potential opportunity. The ball cannot be found. Credit that, a lucky one for Madeline Tivell. She advances on the drop strike 3. Really upping her on-base percentage today.
Just swinging at that pitch, but able to take advantage of that lack of connection on the pitch. So looking for her able to seize first.
So here's Addison Frommer in the dirt for a ball, and the count's 1-0. A 1-0 pitch. Grounded to 3rd, and the throw across the diamond is in time. 2 away. It will advance the runner to 2nd, though, and that'll bring up Amy Sorkin, center fielder. 2 down, here in the top half of the 7th for its last chance Mountaineers. Got to do what they can to prevail the game as much as possible. Maybe they got to chip away 5 runs to catch up.
But so far so good. Fast-paced defending from this Mountaineers side. 2 outs and 1 more to get their last grasp at an offensive drive.
Pitch. That's in there for a strike and the count's on 1. Again, plenty more to come this year from West Orange's softball side. Has the 0-1 pitch. Upstairs for ball, and the count's 1-1. A beautiful turf field that Millburn themselves call home too.
Ooh.
Great field that they saw a 10-10 record to last year. As this one is popped up and caught by the first baseman. Michaela Nathan wanted that one. As we're going to go now to the bottom half of the 7th inning, and now we're going to take a look at the Millburn upcoming schedule and tell me what you think is going to be the most difficult coming up for the Millburn Millers. They're at Bloomfield after this. That'll be 3 days from today on Monday. Day after they host Newark East Side. They have Verona, Belleville, Glen Ridge, Kearney, Pequannock, and Caldwell is a lot of the games coming up. Not all of them, but most, recorded according to NJ.com. And while they're going to have an American battle against Verona, Newark East Side having a pretty strong season so far, they're going to be at a struggling Belleville team. Glen Ridge, as I said, quite good as well, trying to receive a promotion. Kearney and Pequannock out of division games. And, of course, Caldwell, a very strong Liberty program. So a tough schedule coming up for them.
Certainly a hefty set of fixtures as they approach that second half of the season. Glen Ridge, as you said, eyeing promotion and certainly doing well, thriving in the Liberty division, able to get promoted to that American division where we're seeing Verona also do pretty well and having a very fine season themselves. So certainly no shortage of difficulty, the Millers, as they approach that second half of fixtures.
Remember, a county tournament sledged in there as well. So, and then, of course, a state tournament after that, too. A lot of teams like to schedule themselves regular season games in between the state tournament to build momentum. And just in case it's an early exit, it's not over yet. As you're allowed to schedule games through, I believe it is June 8th, according to the state, that are not state games. Any other games past June 8th have to be state games. And state games need to be prioritized over any other regular season games. Again, a lot of county tournaments, too, like in previous years. The Essex County Tournament would be played at the day after a state game for a lot of schools. That's something we won't see this year as they're starting the county tournament early. I think that's a good thing to separate the 2 tournaments.
Very fortunate indeed, at least allow some room to breathe in between these 2 really monumental, prestigious.
Yeah, imagine being a team like Mount St. Dominic. You got to play like Immaculate Heart in the semifinals or Notre Dame, and then, well, you know, the next day you're playing in the tough finals versus Livingston.
Yep.
And then you're right back into the state tournament. It's quite tough.
Much appreciated for them.
1-0. Fouled, and the count is 1-1. Last chance Mountaineers. The 1-1 here in the bottom half of the 7th. And the pitch. Breaking ball. Couldn't break in there for a strike, and the count's 2-1. Saw a couple breaking balls today.
Those nice, soft, little delicate pitches right there. Fairly successful thus far, not on that occasion.
The 2-1. Foul. 2-2. I made it all the way to the bottom half of the 7th. Exciting ball game that Millburn saw themselves at the helm of pretty much for its entirety. West Orange never held a lead.
Indeed, and although it might be a bit of a hefty gap in between the 2 scores, nonetheless I would posit a bit of a competitive matchup. 2 equally talented sides. Millburn just seeing a little more fortune on the receiving end of those pitches.
Millburn would go above 500 with this win as this pitch is upstairs. Ball 4 worked. A full count. Ball 4-2. An excellent at-bat from Nia Simpson. And here's Livia Mayer, the pitcher. So we're seeing the top half of the Mountaineers lineup here try and relieve their efforts.
One final push at it in the twilight of the game.
First pitch taken for a strike, 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. In the dirt, a nice block. A very good block there from Catherine Salgan. And again, still on the mound is Brooke Snyder. She's been doing all 7 innings. Smart decision. Grounded. 2-3. They're going to try and get the force at second. Nowhere near in time. That puts runners on first and second with nobody away here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Millburn defense getting a little slacky.
Well, so far so good for the Mountaineers. Getting first and second, no outs just yet. So I wouldn't count them out just yet.
Yeah, obviously the runner, quite a bit of a lead off of the pitch and the release from Snyder. So it's a tough break for them. And it looks like the Millburn offense will chit-chat. Stay tuned.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player and select DVD or digital copy to get yours today. High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player and select DVD or digital copy to get yours today.
So Simpson and Mayer able to get on base. This brings up the third hitter with a Natty Baldo. The first pitch is upstairs for a ball, and the count's 1-0. Still, again, no outs here in this bottom half of the 7th. West Orange could breathe more life into this ball game.
Slow but steadily. The chance is still there for the Mountaineers.
Misses for a ball. The count's 2-0. And the pitch. In there, called strike, and the count is 2-1. A 2-1 pitch. Fouled away. 2-2. A 2-2. Grounded. Stopped by the pitcher. They're going to get the force out, and they can't hold on to the baseball at third base.
Oh, my.
So take a look at that one. A nice defensive play there by Snyder. She wanted to go attack the lead runner, but she couldn't get the job done, and the bases are loaded, and this is just not where Millburn wanted to be. 3 batters seen. You wanted them to be all 3 outs for Millburn, and, well, they're 3 base runners for West Orange. The exact opposite of what they wanted to see. We're getting to the 2-hour marker within this ball game. 5:48 p.m. Eastern Time to 4 o'clock first pitch. And a chat at the mound. And the MLB, they make it a 30-second before the umpire starts to walk out. Turns into a warning after too much time waited. Could see that come in. Here, it's been quite the chat at home plate. Excuse me, at the pitching circle. Nonetheless, it's been a great day. Couldn't ask for much better weather. I mean, it's getting a little chilly now, but that's at the tail end of the ball game.
Certainly at the tail end, although I did make the mistake of not bringing any jacket or anything, so more for me to prepare for next time, but nonetheless, certainly excellent day for softball this beautiful Friday afternoon.
Well, the sun just knocked out some of the wind as you said it.
Perhaps I jinxed it, but for the better.
And maybe Mother Nature was listening. First pitch in there for a strike to Allison Knox-Silver. Count is 0-1. And the pitch. In the dirt, 1-1. Maybe the fatigue. Snyder maybe getting a little tired out there. She's pitched all 7.
And pitched, I would argue, a first 6 innings very excellently.
Brilliantly, yeah.
Not necessarily to blame.
Grounded, right back to the pitcher. They're going to get the force out at home. How about at first? And they got both. They turned it. Oh, my, have the tables turned.
Well, how
Double
much could change in just one play? As you said, a double play right there. Preventing the run, and then 2 outs just right there. Complete flip in fortune. And West Orange now grasping for one final hurrah.
And it's left on Michaela Nathan. And she takes a first pitch strike. The tail end of the ball game is at the hands of Michaela Nathan as she takes a foul cut and counts 0-2. And the Mountaineers down to their final strike of the ball game.
It all comes down to this.
Swing to protect. Putting the ball in play is the most danger. We saw a little confusion earlier from this Millburn defense. The 0-2 pitch. Sky high and out to Mercury, 1-2.
Well, Nathan, at certainly the crossroads of the game right here.
The 1-2 to Michaela Nathan. Snyder deals, cut on and missed for strike 3. And the Millers will take both ball games between these two squads. The final score, 7-2. The Millers take this one home on their 20-minute bus trip right back to Millburn High School, the home of the Millers. So thank you for joining us here on the D1 Meeper page on the NFHS Network. In this 9-run affair, final score, West Orange take the second between these two teams in the Liberty Division matchup. They move to 6-5, and they move West Orange down to 4-7 on the year. Final score, 7-2, Millburn. Have a great rest of your evening, ladies and gentlemen.
He's going to take it himself for a championship. A double play wins it for Frazier. Turn it to the end zone. What a catch.